Well, here's today's potential project. White constructor. Not sure exactly how many years this thing has been sitting. Probably at least 25 years, maybe more. Yeah, last year I had the excavator here, so I cleaned up around it some. Today I'm gonna try to see if it's will run, and if it won't run, then it's gonna be scrap, and if it will run, then we'll see what we can do with it. Here's just doing a quick walk around of it, see how many bees and trees we gotta deal with. I got a chainsaw, and yeah, I'm gonna try to clean this up a little bit so I can start working on it. I'm not sure what year it is. Any bees? Anybody home? Oh, there's maybe one little bee. Are there more of your friends? It's the model, but doesn't say what year. Got a really clear windshield in it. You can reach out and adjust the windshield wiper if you need to. Really don't like being stung by bees. Got a Cummins of some sort in it. Alright, I'll come back to you after I do a little more investigating. So I got everything opened up. It's got motor oil in it. So I guess first thing I'm gonna put this half-dead battery in it and see if it's locked up or if it turns over just a little bit. If it turns over at all, then I will take the drain plugs out to make sure, or drain the water off the bottom, and go forth from there. Alright, so I disconnected this hot wire from everything because the wiring's all junked inside the truck. This is the wire from the starter. See if it does anything. Alright, well, it does something. Luckily I had the battery connected with vice grips, so I could quickly disengage it because the starter is locked engaged, but it's not locked up, so there's a start. Yeah. No water at all? That doesn't seem right. How can I get the plug back in without cross-threading it? Now for the transmission. Wow. It doesn't have any water in it either. I was really expecting a lot of water in these things. Huh. Alright, I just got done unhooking this drive shaft from the front of the motor. Just had these Allen bolts because there's a fitting missing out of this pump that runs the mixer. I didn't really want to be fighting with trying to put oil in it or having this pump seize up, so in order to see if it's going to run, I just unhooked that. Okay, so we got the shut-off solenoid hot wired here. I've got the decompressor decompressed. Got the intake unhooked so it wouldn't suck in whatever junk's in the air filter. Front pump's unhooked. I don't know, see if it turns over. Well, alright, since I've got everything hooked up onto the hood, I can't see the oil pressure gauge, so I'm gonna use my camera since I'm by myself to watch the gauge, or you just watch it for me and let me know if it's got any oil pressure. Did it? Alright, I couldn't really tell if there was any oil pressure, so I'm just going to go for it and see if it's getting any fuel to make any smoke or not. Okay, that was kind of promising, so I'm gonna try it again and give it some ether this time. Well, I let the starter cool down and try it some more. Wow, that sprayed a lot of stuff in my face. For some reason I didn't think about it possibly running away. Probably should prepare for that. Oops. Well, now that I have the proper runaway board to put over the intake when and if it runs away, I don't know if it ran out of fuel or if the injectors are stuck or what happened there, but we'll try it again. Well, it runs, and it had oil pressure. Doesn't seem to want to idle, but I was, yeah, looking through that fancy windshield to look at the gauge while running the throttle with my foot here to keep it running. But, I mean, it's understandable that it probably won't idle, seeing how I'm running it on some pretty nasty fuel that's only been in here for probably 30 years. But you know, it's the good stuff that actually has some lubrication to it. But anyway, I guess I'm probably gonna go get some water, put it in the radiator, see if that pours right out the bottom. Yeah. Well, I just put a whole bunch of water in it. I don't see it running out on the ground anywhere. So I guess we'll start it back up. And yeah, hopefully it didn't just fill up all the cylinders because it's got a blown head gasket or something. But yeah, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. So you could use that decompressor, I guess. probably wouldn't go too well. That's not scary at all. Oh yeah, and I've got the brakes backed off with so I've got no brakes also. Change the brakes. It's not building air. Oh yeah, and the clutch. I have a feeling something to do with all the rainwater coming in and going directly down there. The clutch is a little locked up. So is the steering shaft. I've loosened up the bracket so this whole column can spin for right now, but it makes it pretty difficult to steer. So since I can't start it from in here and the clutch is locked, you just do this and then you're going. It was skipping pretty bad, but I think it might have come out of it, so maybe it had a stuck injector. The gas pedal is a little funky. And there's no air hooked up for the high side, so we wouldn't be able to go very fast, not that we would want to. It's got power steering, which works really good when you can actually steer the wheel. The other cool thing is this has got a jake brake. Obviously I haven't tested that out, but for a non-turbo Cummins jake, I bet that'll make quite a bit of noise, like gas mark. Jake brakes are awesome. I don't care who you are, that sounds good.